Welcome. We are two fools trying to figure out what college baseball is all about. And I'm Aaron.
I'm James. I think we
And
know what college baseball is all about. We're just excited to talk about it.
actually diving in, right? I think we're trying to, we got the kinks figured out in episode 1 and 2. Do not go back and watch them if you are tuning in for the first time here. But the idea is to literally explore college baseball like ignorant fools.
No, yeah, I just want to make that clear. Like we're not trying to be analysts or anything like that. We're just having fun following college baseball, and I'm just so excited that baseball is back. And I watched a ton of it. I watched a ton of baseball this weekend, and there's nothing better.
Like it was fun getting texts and sending Twitter messages to each other this weekend. Like, yo, did you see this? Did you see that?
Yeah,
That was fun.
absolutely.
That was fun for me.
It was really fun for me, and it's great to know, like, college baseball is kind of niche. I get frustrated. I go through ESPN Plus, and I'm trying to pull up a game, and they're trying to sell me on women's lacrosse and basketball and everything else before I can ever even find the college baseball game. If you just go through their live options. So it's I know there's some really passionate fan bases out there, but then I see really good teams and I look at their home stadiums and it's like barely a high school level.
Long Beach State. That was me tonight. I had that same exact thought. Long Beach State. I don't even know if the game's over yet. Maybe you can look it up while we're talking here. But Long Beach State was playing Washington. They were in the 15th inning about 2 hours ago. So they still might be playing. And I was like, what is this? Like you can see the highway across. Like Long Beach State is historic. Evan Longoria, Troy Tulowitzki. And it just, see the highway running right behind it. Like, what is this?
And I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. Long Beach, if you're there, what are you doing? You're probably not going to a baseball game.
Pepperdine.
I was looking at, because I have a couple things I want to say about them later, is Santa Barbara, and their stadium is like, I don't know what the capacity is, but it ain't much. That's all I can say. And they're really good.
Who's the team that doesn't have a home?
Santa Barbara, and we'll talk about that.
Santa Barbara.
In a couple minutes.
Oh, it's not going to give me it.
Or I'll talk about it.
Yeah. So we have 3 teams that we're following, and we're going to try to do as much like crazy, ridiculous like stories as we're figuring it out. Like to kind of recap college baseball the best we can, like for fun, right? So our 3 teams are Nebraska, East Carolina, and Notre Dame. And so let's get into recapping that. So here's my badass rundown. So you all know like how we do things, right? We got our prediction for Nebraska, right? So like
nailed it.
So it makes us experts, right?
Even though I just said we're not experts, like I'm pretty sure that makes us into that tier.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nebraska, they were in it the whole weekend, and
they should have went 3-0, at least 2-1, but they collapsed. They collapsed big time against Texas Tech, and then big Oklahoma time they collapsed against Oklahoma. Those are good teams, right? Just what I can say about it off the top is like I really like what Nebraska has available for options. I mean,
this Sears cat is good. 7 strikeouts and 5-1 in his first career start.
Yeah, Sears was dealing, and that was the 1 win against Baylor. I really like what we have, though, but the issue is closing games, right? And I
don't know. This guy's got to save. Dace?
Right, but I mean, you got to do it against good teams, and I don't want that to come back to bite us in May when we might make some noise in the Big Ten, right? So that's all I'm going to say is I like where we're at, though.
Yep. There's some pop. There's some power. There's some arms happening. That's good. This guy, 1 for 1 home runs. I don't think he kept up that streak, but just got it over. Like there is a lot of good things. This one thing was, so here was the Red Raiders took the lead like after a wild pitch, infield single, second, third, 1 out, then 2 RBI singles. So they kind of like imploded on that one. Silva 2 hits. Overbeek, though. I think Overbeek's the dog. One of these guys.
Him and Carey are the dogs offensively.
Yeah, he went 5 for 12 this weekend over Beak did with
Yeah.
double goals, RBIs all over the place. So I think he's the guy that we have to watch.
And he's got a glove. I mean, he's
Yeah.
at the hot corner, and he picked it pretty well.
Yeah, there was a sweet I'm not going to be able to find it. There was a sweet pick he had. Timmerman. This is our Beatrice boy. Freshman from Beatrice doing his thing. Coming in. So there's some good things, like easily. I don't know what happened to again Oklahoma today. But walk-off single, but I don't know if like it was like a implosion or they lost it.
They just lost it. I mean, Oklahoma did what they had to do at the end of the day. But Nebraska was in command of that game the entire way. And going into the bottom of the ninth, he felt pretty good. Anytime you have any type of lead going into the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth, like you got to close that stuff out. So gonna have to clean that up. But overall, it was a good 1-2 weekend if you can have such a thing.
Yeah, and if you can still compete with Texas Tech and Oklahoma at this time in whatever June, like we're doing good. When does super regional start? Is it June?
I thought it was kind of late May, but could be wrong on that. One thing I am a little bit disappointed about is Drew Christo.
June 25th, June 15th. Okay, so late May.
I had picked Drew Christo to kind of be the dog of the pitching staff.
Mm-hmm.
He only pitched 2 innings, and it's clear he's not one of the 3 starters yet. He probably will be, but I was expecting a little more there. And in his 2 innings, he gave up 2 runs, so it is what it is. But Sears was dealing, that's for sure.
Yeah, this was a fun way to start the game. So enough Nebraska. Let's go to my team, the East Carolina Pirates, 3-0 on the weekend, 30-2 run differential. I can't even believe they gave up 2 runs. Ryder was the team that we thought they were. Just insane. But the whole takeaway of this, like, there's home runs. Like, you can just look at this. Bomb. Starling Jacobs going to be a dog. Cowart's going to be a dog. Like, and if you're not following East Carolina before listening to this, you need to go follow their social on Twitter. Like, their social game is on point. But I think
they had the good feel story of the weekend that has nothing to do with baseball, right? It's
absolutely not
something that's bigger than baseball, and that's I'll let you tell it, but I mean it was
so this guy Parker Bird coming up, greatness. Let's see if I can. No, I don't want to mess with it. Look at his back leg. He got it amputated after a boating accident. He had 22 surgeries in 45 days. In making his college debut. I don't know where he was before this. I have no idea, like, even what, like, is he a freshman, sophomore, junior? I don't even know any of that. Like, it doesn't matter. He comes up, like, just being able to go out there and have the guts and gumption and the perseverance to go and still play your dream and then get up there to get it and not swing at the first strike. Like, can we focus in on that? He got walked in 4 straight pitches to start his collegiate career. It's just absolutely awesome.
I can't wait till he hits his first home run or it comes up and delivers in a clutch situation. I mean, it's gonna be absolutely story of the year.
There's a video, I don't have it on here, of the camera going into his parents, and just like it was like exactly what you're picturing that parent to do right now. It was pretty sweet. So Parker Bird is your new favorite player, new redemption story. He would win comeback player of the year if this was the NFL. And it's just awesome. Like 5,221 people were there on the opening night. And I think coach had to have known like it was that big of a deal and put him out there. Like that's the stuff, like that's the good shithousery that we were talking about. Like that's the stuff that you don't get anywhere else. Absolutely love it. That was sweet.
Yeah, we'll get into some of the other shithousery, but that's the good variety.
Yeah, right. One of these has a sweet angle, just a home run. I'm not gonna be able to find it. They have some fun angles on their social. This guy jumps higher than anybody on Notre Dame. Jacob Starling. It's gonna be fun. So East Carolina just absolutely dominated Fools.
Yeah, they were really good. I watched them quite a bit because they were on early.
Yeah, that was the nice thing. Early afternoon games, like 1, 2 o'clock starts each time. Kind of love
Their
a good
starter today, though, had a ton of walks.
Who? Today? I wasn't able to watch today.
And he's a guy that didn't walk very many people last year, so I'm sure he'll work it out. But Ryder's going to take advantage. But against good teams, they could be in trouble there. But yeah, they had a good weekend.
Very good weekend. And then Notre Dame went, what, 2-1? 3-0?
3-0, baby.
Nice.
We swept Rice in Texas.
Yeah, you're playing down in Houston this weekend.
Right. First game was 4-1, I believe, and then the next two were high scoring. And Notre Dame was actually losing for majority of both of those games. And today they absolutely just clawed their way back into it. Somehow got it to a tie game around 9-9, and then top of the ninth hits a grand slam just to close the door.
I know I have this. Here's the grand slam. Cranks it to left. Dude, he slammed that. Did you see how far that thing went?
Yeah, absolutely. Just they're really fun to watch because at the start of the game, the first 5 innings, it's all small ball. Like they will do anything and everything they need to do to get early runs, and then as soon as the game kind of progresses and they settle in, then it's just bombs.
That was insane. Yeah, 11 hits, 13 runs. I wasn't too impressed by Rice the few games I watched. I watched a lot of Notre Dame baseball this weekend as well, minus today.
Their offense really wasn't too bad. I mean, they took the lead. I mean, they could have easily got deflated and let Notre Dame just kind of go, but every time Notre Dame called, they had a response. For the most part, it wasn't enough to get the win because their pitching staff let them down. But I think they're offensively they're going to be all right.
Yeah, it was definitely the pitching that was not very jaw-dropping for me. Man, they just crushed the ball. How many?
Well, and Notre Dame's pitching honestly left something to be desired. So we'll see how that plays.
I saw at one point they had 4 or 5 grad students out on the field at one time.
Yeah, Notre Dame has a ton of transfer guys that they got. And I really wasn't quite sure what kind of year they'd have, but come out with a sweep. But you're in the ACC, which is second hardest conference.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think there'll be some down moments for sure, but right now it's all good.
Yeah, 3-0. So what are we 7-2 on the season? So that's pretty good. We're 77% win percentage. I may or may not have responsibly put a future on East Carolina to make the CWS. So
yeah, I'm not doing that with Notre Dame.
You can do it with ECU with me. Let's ride together, dog.
Yeah, we might get into that.
Yeah, we might get into that. This is fun. So let's get into the shithousery segment of our podcast that you can only find on YouTube. This guy. You say this name. You say the name for us.
Matt Marciangelo.
Marciangelo.
I'm not saying that right.
Yeah.
We get the point.
Sac State baseball. Do you see that, right? How many times he got hit?
Yeah, got hit 7 times in 8 at bats.
Yep. And it's true. It's if you go look up his baseball reference right now, it's gonna say 7 HBPs and 8 PAs.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, I really want to know what those conversations were like in the dugout as it was progressing. Like it's just like, okay, he gets hit once, twice, and then the third time you're like, wow, that's crazy. And then he's gonna get hit 4 more times.
Like, I don't get how. Like, if you're LMU, what are we doing? Because it doesn't look like.
I mean, there's a couple things I could say, but I'll just keep it to myself. But I mean, it's just bad luck, I guess. It's one of those weird things that happens in happens in college baseball. I mean, you have the guy that gets hit 7 times. You have, I think Duke had a player that hit 3 home runs and 4 hits.
That's insane.
I mean, like, it's
college baseball, baby. It's the
Yeah.
pageantry. That's what we wanted.
It's the beauty of the game, dude. You have no idea what's going to happen. Your team could put up 2 runs or they could go off for 20. And you just have no idea what's going to happen.
It's not even hitting him. Because, I mean, he's definitely got to be closer to the plate than it looks like. It's hard to see from this angle. But it doesn't look like he's
them
cutting
look like
it.
they're
Like that.
like back foot breaking balls.
Yeah, like that last one. This one's like, it's a toe toucher.
I mean, but he gets squared up a couple times too. I mean, it's
Like,
crazy. I don't know.
He doesn't seem happy about it either.
I don't know how you're not just livid.
Like, I want to go up there and like hit bombs, like be hit. That was insane. And then this was another fun one. Illinois pitcher Tabeline. Hopefully I said that name right. Let's see. Logan Tabeline.
Yeah.
Had 7 strikeouts to begin his career in 2 innings.
Yeah.
I don't have the good clips to tell you like how that happened, but he struck out the side each of the innings, obviously. So
clearly it was pass ball to strike 3, and either the catcher couldn't get to it or error on the throw, and then he strikes out the next guy.
Yeah, so he had bases loaded, 2-2 count on that last one. So one of those.
Oh yeah, so it's not like he's mowing people down; like he's giving up hits too.
Faced 6 batters and has 7 strikeouts. Come on, Eagle 2J. You gotta be better than that. The comments are ridiculous, and it's good. It's Wake, like they're loaded too.
Oh yeah, and they're getting hits, but every out he'd get, he just struck people out. I had games like that where
you did.
I would give up hits, I'd give up runs, but I would strike out all 3 people for all the outs of the inning. Yeah, and it kind of sucks, to be honest, because it's like I'm not very good, but then you strike somebody out, and you're like, okay, I guess I can do this.
And then this is my nominee for Shithousery of the week. I kind of get it, but this guy, let's see, Roman Kimball pitched for the first time in 2 years. He had TJ surgery. Comes out here, it's the emotions.
Yeah,
it's
straight emotion. That's not even the best one.
No, it's not. I think I have. No, I don't have the other one. Dang.
Yeah, he was.
The game fired up. Let's see. Let's read the quotes.
Now, speaking about emotion and college baseball, one of the other big things that I liked, well, not liked, but was curious by, is Hawaii's shortstop that got thrown out of the game.
Ooh. This is it. Yeah. This is the shithousery I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude, he's just pumped up. And see, like, the umpires, I guess in that case, they let that go because it's not directed at the opposition in any way. Right. So the flip side of that, Hawaii's shortstop in a very close game gets walked with the bases loaded, shows some emotion, but because he was pointed at the Ole Miss dugout, the umpire tossed him. And we have no idea what he said. Like, no idea. But by his reaction and then by the explanation to the third base coach, he kind of like just shakes his head in disapproval, doesn't even argue. And it seems like maybe he did say something magical that's not allowed. But I don't know. I really don't know. But it's pretty soft either way you put it.
Right.
So like that guy, he strikes out and then he's yapping at his own team. That was a lot more emotion than what this guy showed. But just because for one instance he looked at the Ole Miss dugout or something, they tossed him. So, and my understanding is that's a point of emphasis this year, is that you basically can't show any emotion towards the opposition. So like Jordan Beck, when he flips off a right fielder, when he flips off a right fielder on an extra base hit, like that's probably going to be a no-go.
Yeah.
Been a no-go then, but it's even more so now.
Oh, man, I wish I could find this. Is this it?
There
Hawaii
it is.
baseball? No, nope. It's just after dark. Okay.
Yep. Here it comes.
4 straight bunts. Is this the ejection?
Yes. Here it comes.
Ooh.
Oh, never mind. That Hawaii Ole Miss series was kind of wild because the games didn't start. Well, the first game didn't start till
Ouch.
after midnight Eastern time.
Yeah.
Um,
That wasn't the ejection. Dang. Sorry,
it's
we'll try
weird
to
that
get
you can't see it because it was kind of popping on college baseball circles.
Yeah. I mean, probably looking up Hawaii baseball Twitter, official Twitter is probably not going to put it up there.
No, they're not.
All right.
But anyway,
What else you got for us?
um, some big takeaways I have is that UC Santa Barbara had a bad weekend. And it might not seem that way, but they did because they go to Campbell and they drop 2 out of 3. And then on top of that, they don't have any grass on their field at home. So they don't have a home right now. And the reason they don't is because they plan to put down artificial turf, but the Coastal Commission denied it back in December. And UC Santa Barbara kind of has like a facility crisis going on with athletics, and they just didn't have enough time to put grass down. So they haven't been able to practice. They can't have any home games for the moment, and they just dropped 2 out of 3 to a good Campbell team. Like, let's not get it twisted. Campbell's good, and UC Santa Barbara is going to be just fine. They had one guy that hit a home run in all 3 games, so they'll be fine. But it's just not a great way to start
No.
your CWS hopeful campaign.
Yeah, because what we saw that they were like
Yeah.
17th.
And then
Oh, they're going to play at Chicansey Park, though. That's kind of cool.
the other team that I thought had a really bad weekend is Northeastern. Northeastern is ranked number 24. They're returning um, all of their offensive starters. So you thought that they were on everybody's list as far as teams that you need to watch this year, and they dropped 2 out of 3, and it's just yeah, it's tough because they had a lot of hype and they're a mid-major, so they kind of need everything they can get. But they dropped 2 out of 3, and so it's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. Didn't have anything going. 9 hits, but just going to do anything with it.
No, yeah, and the 2 losses weren't all that competitive. Like it was by 4 more runs each time. So
yeah,
and the one win that they did get, it was a pretty gutsy 1-run win. But in May, those 1-run games can go either way. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they crawled back 7, 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. Yeah, that's just trying to get it back. Okay,
Yeah,
so Northeastern
just wasn't clicking for them.
So you see them falling out of the top 25 going in. That was a bomb to take the lead. Nice.
Definitely possible. I don't know what kind of stock everybody's putting in the first weekend, but yeah. And then a team I really thought made a statement was Oklahoma.
Who did they beat? Everybody they played?
No, they did lose their first game against Oregon, but they beat Tennessee in extra innings, and then they crawled back and beat Nebraska. So they had a good weekend for a non-ranked team that I imagine is going to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Not after this week, but after a couple more good weeks. Like they looked good. Like they had some moxie.
Oh my God, that guy has moxie. Shithousery right there. So Oklahoma's in the top 25. Northeastern falls out, and that covers week 1. I think that covers week 1. What's the Tennessee game at right now?
Yes, I'm watching Tennessee Baylor right now. It's 10-5. Tennessee's threatening, but they got 7th inning, 2 outs.
So 7th inning. Okay. So by the time you listen to this, you'll know 10-5. It's a cool graphic. Call showdown. I do like the orange from Tennessee.
Oh no, Tennessee orange is iconic, right?
Let's double play here, and then this is how we will end our 3rd episode of Two Fools Talk College Baseball. Oh, it was a terrible base running. Love that.
And Tennessee just scored again, so 11-5.
11-5. Okay, so you only get that update from us here a day late because you're listening to this on a Monday.
You'll already have all the data, so
You
this
already
is
know.
completely pointless.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for hanging out with us, you all. Thank you for doing your thing with us. And I guarantee you, we are the only podcast that talks about Husker baseball, East Carolina baseball, and Notre Dame baseball in detail as much as we did. I guarantee it. That's our slogan. That's our logo slogan there. So we'll call it a night. James, send us off.
Appreciate each and every one of you, and I think there's probably just one of you, so appreciate you. And see you next week.
See ya.